Hello everyone, we are back again with another episode of CGAP's iConnect or our Color Guard Internet Course Training. And for today, we have another special guest from one of our friends from the Asian Marching Band Confederation, one of the representatives of Malaysia, Mr. Audi Hezrul. Hi Audi, your
Hi,
greetings first for
Audie.
our Filipino viewers
Hi,
as well
Leslie.
as
Hi,
our friends over the world.
Patricia. Hi, Audi. Hi, Patricia.
Okay. So, for our starters, may we know what is your background as a mentor? How did you start in the color guard industry?
Okay, basically, I'm starting with the marching band in 1997.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I started with playing as a woodwind for the clarinet. Then I know to have to know about the color guard in around 2002.
Mm-hmm.
Then by 2003, I start to march with the color guard with one the practice school in Malaysia, the Victoria Institution Cadet Corps Band. And right now, I'm the one of the instructor that teaching in that school.
Mm. Okay, so right now, how many groups do you handle?
Mostly in Malaysia, I'm handled for three groups. In
Mm-hmm.
Thailand, for two groups. So total up is only around five groups for this year.
Wow, and they are from different countries, Malaysia and Thailand.
Yeah, Malaysia and Thailand.
Okay. So how do you handle your rehearsals?
Repeat again.
How do you handle your rehearsals given that you have different groups from different countries?
Okay. Basically for my uh Thailand band mostly because I need to travel there.
Mm-hmm.
So I try my best to go to the Thailand once month. Okay. Maybe for the actual practice, but before the competition, maybe I try to go there more frequent, maybe in 1 month to have around 3 week practice there.
So,
Okay,
do
so
you?
for example, Mhm.
I'm so
Yes.
sorry. Yeah. So,
Yes, Patricia.
so do you plan your program before going? Like, for example, in Thailand, and I know you have groups sometime in China. So, do you give them the program in advance, and then you go and teach actual once a month?
Yes. Before I'm going to the country that I teach, like in Thailand or China. Okay, I get information from the band director mostly. So before I coming, 1 week before we discussing. Okay. Luckily we have internet right now. We have WhatsApp. We
Mm.
have the Facebook Messenger. So sometimes we have meeting video call like what we doing right now.
With
So
better
mostly
connection?
before I coming, yeah, I prepare everything. Then because I'm only coming maybe only in one month, maybe on some okay mostly 4 months before the competition. I only come once, so I only have around 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So mostly I prepare already. Then I get mostly information from the director what need to do something like that. So when I come, I'm straight away delegate all the information that I need to pass to the student.
Mm. Okay, so having those, going back and forth from Malaysia and to other countries, do you have any other barriers or difficulties in terms of teaching your students?
Okay, mostly for Thailand, because I have my experience much in Thailand group, so I think I have a few friends that sometimes help me. Uh, okay, mostly for me the difficulty is communication. But then like in Thailand is good because right now most of the school is encourage the instructor to communicate in English.
Mm, I
So
see.
it's no problem with me. But then if let's say I have problem with the English, I have a friends or other staff that help me to translate.
So at
But
least there are.
Like China when I'm teaching a China school, that's a little bit different because the communication. But
Mm,
mostly because it's marching band, right? Music is universal. Okay, as long you know how to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.
Yes,
Like the
yes.
Chinese, the sound, you can start teaching.
Yeah. It's important that
Yeah,
the counting, especially for the
yeah.
color guard.
For the color is information, the counting,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and basically it's universal. Everyone learn music, right?
Okay,
There's
so
good thing about marching band.
mhm. Going to the training process or the training proper, I mean, do you create ahead sorry, do you create a plan or a program ahead before you come, or do you sit it down with them and meet halfway?
Oh, can you repeat again? It's not clear for me.
I think maybe
Yeah, Patricia.
yeah, I think maybe we could ask like um if you're gonna be teaching like in the other country like Thailand or in China, like outside of the Malaysia, do you plan ahead the program, or you need to go first and see the students and then plan the program, talk to them before the training? So what would it be?
Okay, okay, thank you, Patricia. I understand the question. Okay, mostly for the band that first time I'm teaching outside the country, mostly I need to go to the school first to understand how level of the student.
Okay.
Like this year, mostly the band I teach right now, I know the level of the student because I'm teaching the band maybe last year or last 2 years, so I understand the level. So if I understand the level, then I'm just prepare by myself, just communicate with the director, then we start the program. But mostly for the new school that I need to teach, then I need time to come to understand the level, and mostly the first practice I'm doing there, we doing the basic workshops and like that, so I can know the level of the student.
Okay.
Okay, so for example, you have students or beginners. How do you teach beginner students?
Okay, for beginner student is mostly okay. We start to go for very basic, the understanding of color guide, and mostly for beginner, I'm going to have the flag routine with the student, and we having it mostly on body understanding, because for me, if the student can really understand about the flag, they can go for another equipment like the rifle and saber.
Mm.
Do you have
So
a
you
set?
focus first on fundamentals.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
have what?
Do you focus first on fundamentals? Weasley said. But I was about to ask, like, what would be your first set of routine? Like, if you're starting with beginners, what is your usually first set of routine that you teach them? Do you start them with drop spin? So how is it the process?
Okay, mostly for the my new student, the most the actual that I teach there is they learn to understand their body. Mostly for
Okay.
color guide, we need to understand the point of the body, right? We have use the eye, the shoulder, right, the center of the body. So the understanding about the our own body part is most important thing before we going for the equipment. How to control the equipment. So after they understand the point of the body, then we start to pass the equipment, maybe the weapon of the flag. Then they
Mm.
start to learn a basic, really basic, the angle of the equipment, centralized with the body point.
Okay, usually how long does this take? I mean, days or weeks?
Okay, for basic beginner, mostly I'm doing workshop because I have short time to travel to other country. I try my best to cover up all the beginner workshop, maybe in 3 days. So after the 3 days, I can understand the level. But mostly the 3 days, they're not going for tossing. Okay, mostly only controlling the weapon, the flag.
Mhm. Okay, and then you proceed with the next level.
Yes, mostly after they are quite familiar with the flag. Maybe after 2 or 3 months, then I start to exposure about others like the saber and rifle.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
the basic understanding is must with flag.
Mhm. Now, for the program, do you discuss the program first, or you immediately go to the routine?
Okay. Once I have the level of the student, I understand the level of student. Then mostly we discuss the program before I coming to the country, because I teach the country. We have meeting with the director and the other staff to select the program. Then to discuss about the storyboard of the program. So that
Okay.
is easy. So when I come there, then I quite clear what I need to teach, what I need to deliver the program of the show. So mostly we discuss it.
Okay. Then after that, going deeper to the program, do you teach alone, or you have your set of teammates or
Okay,
coaching?
mostly like in Thailand, I have a few friends as other staff that help me like in color guide. Mostly minimum we have around 5 to 8
Mhm.
staff, so it's helping. But like in China, basically color guide is new. If like that, I need to have help from their alumni,
Mhm.
maybe 2 or 3 people. Okay, when I'm not coming, maybe for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, the alumni can continue the progress.
Okay.
Mm.
So
So
in
it's
creating
different.
mhm. In creating a program, how do you create your program?
How I create my program. Okay, mostly okay. First thing that when I try to create my program is to understand the level of student, because for me any program that come in the minds, we must relate with the student. So
Yeah.
first
Mhm.
of all, we need to understand how potential our level of our student.
Yes, I think that is very important for us directors to first uh,
Yes.
evaluate the skills of the students, because sometimes we would be thinking, I would like to do this program, I would like to give this routine, but you would be forcing your student for most advanced skills that they are not trained of, and it would look not good in the performance. So I think as a director, uh, it should be important that our mindset is based on our students' skills. We cannot force them to be doing a program that they are not trained of. So we should analyze and evaluate their skills, and then we will build the program uh, based on that. And that's gonna be our challenge as a director. I think that even if you wanted to do this kind of program, but if your guards are not ready yet, you have to adjust. But still, it's your responsibility to prepare your color guard for such program that you want to plan or to show.
Yes, correct. I'm agree with that, Patricia. Thank you very much.
So I
Okay.
would
So
Always understand your student.
mhm.
I
Yes,
would
Miss
like
Pat.
to ask Audi, like, what are your observation with Malaysia color guard, Thailand color guard, and China, or like the Philippine color guard that you have seen, even if you have not yet teach here? What are your observations with the different culture of color guard, or is there like a common thing with Asia color guard?
What's it again, Patricia?
I'm sorry, was it fast? Like, I was just asking about a color guard culture, because you have seen Thailand color guard, China, Malaysia. You're teaching in Malaysia, that's your main base, and you have seen our color guard in the Philippines. So what are your observation about different culture of color guard, and do we have a common color guard thing in Asia, something like that, like we only have it in here in Asia?
Oh, okay, I get you. I get you. Okay, mostly from like Malaysia, maybe Thailand, Indonesia, and Philippines.
Yeah, I
I
forgot
think
Indonesia.
mostly
I'm so
the
sorry. Yeah,
yeah,
Indonesia friends. I'm so sorry. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, we
Okay.
have the Indonesian fan, right? I think mostly the basic is mostly all same, all right? Maybe a little bit change is followed by the coach or the instructor. So it's not major issue because once we have the same level of basic, so it's easy for you to teach. But mostly like the China, because they just started the color guide, then they need to go more little bit basic and need to have more support from their student and their alumni and the people in the marching band. So I think for Southeast Asia marching band, it's not hard to survive for the color guide, because for me most of the band have a good basic, because we have a many competition like in Thailand, in Malaysia, in Philippines, and like the WGI competition, the AMBC competition. So most of the coaches, you can meet each other, then you can discuss. That is a good thing about in Southeast Asia.
Yeah, I
So I
think
think not a big difference for the basic level, because for me the basic level is the most important thing. Then if you have a basic, strong basic, so you can go anywhere.
yeah. I was actually
So
very
not big different.
Yeah, I'm very thankful with, with the AMBC, because when we started the AMBC, we were able to connect with all of our friends from different regions, and now we are more connected. We were exchanging information, and we can see each other's work on social media. We can see what's happening in Indonesia, what's happening in Malaysia, Thailand. So we're actually having our own culture here in Asia, and it's being more active and active each year, unlike before that we're all looking in Western countries in WGI and DCI, but now just in our region we're very active. So I'm very happy for that. Do you have
Yeah, I agree, happy.
yeah, do you
We
have
connected very well, you know.
do you have any unique observation, like what is unique in Malaysia that Indonesia don't have, or what does Indonesia have that Philippines don't have, something like that?
Okay, for me, Malaysia. Okay, I go with Malaysia first. Mostly Malaysia, the band is mostly high school band. So
Mhm.
sometimes I'm interesting to see how Indonesia, Thailand, and Philippines, they have more independent group. They can survive by their own.
Mhm.
So it's a little bit hard for Malaysia to have their own community band. So it's, I think, Indonesia, Thailand, and Philippines, they have a very potential in future to make the industry more bigger, because we have many community group. But in Malaysia, most of the good band is only the high school band.
I see. School-based band.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
I
so next, Audie,
yeah.
yeah, Spat.
Yeah, you can take over, Weasley, for the last few questions.
Okay, Audie, you've been with the industry for more than 10 years. So, what do you think is the reason that you keep on staying?
Okay, good question, Wesley. Thank you very much. Okay, I think I'm in the industry is more than 20 years. From start, I march with the marching band, and now I'm coaching the marching band. Okay, the thing that make me stay in this industry because of the student, the new generation. Because I understand when I'm in this industry, we going through a lot. Okay, a lot of process. We understand how the sacrifice, how the hard work, how the commitments, and how the unity. I think for me is right now I experience that moment. So I want to share this moment that I explain it to the new generation. That is the positive thing that make me stay to this industry, to make sure the new generation have the same experience with me.
Hmm.
Mm.
Okay, so um, I guess you can share your most memorable or greatest achievement you've had for the past years. What
What's
is
Or
your
the
greatest achievement for the
is
past
it the
years?
most memorable? Is
yeah,
it?
most memorable, greatest
Yeah.
achievement?
Oh, okay. Maybe the most memorable achievement is during 2018. when I'm
Mhm.
going to the World Championship for the Wamsby competition. When my high school student, we won the best color guide in that competition, and we competing with another community band. Because first of all, I'm not targeting anything because they are high school and mostly their training is little bit little bit hard to have the training because they are school student, they not go to for school, right? So we going for the competition and we compete with other international band, and mostly is the community band, and last the student awarded as the best color guide. I think that is one of the memorable movement
Okay,
in
so
my.
from your experience, what's the greatest lesson that you can share to our mentors, not just here in the Philippines, but all over Asia?
Okay, I think the good things that I can share. This industry. Okay, we understand if you want something, you need to work hard for it. Okay, this is what that I learned in the marching band. All right, not anything that we want is come easily. It's all about hard work. Okay, and basically, it's marching band is more harder because we work with maybe 50 to 80 or maybe 50 to 100 student or friends. Okay, it's a little bit hard, but the journey, okay, it's not about the result. The journey that make me positive, and then I want to share to the new generation what I experienced before this.
Hmm. Okay, I guess that's it.
All right.
Thank
All right. Any last
Cool
message?
discussion.
Any last message to
And
our audience?
okay, my message is just continue what you love to do. All right, try to have a strong basic for the color guard to get more exposure, and at the same time, sorry, enjoy, okay, your life in marching band. And I believe marching band is a lifetime experience, that journey that can teach you many things. Just
Okay.
enjoy.
Okay. Thank you so much, Audie, and we will keep in
Sure.
touch
Most
with you.
welcome.